Morning everybody, hope you're doing really well. So today I'm in Suffolk again, and we're here to have a look at this. Wow, how cool is that? So we're at the emergency coastal battery of Bawdsey. I think that's how you say it. So let's go and explore it. Come on. Located along the Suffolk coast lies many hidden World War II ruins. One of the best is that of Bawdsey Emergency Coastal Battery. The battery was built as part of the Eastern Command's coastal defences. It was commissioned in July 1940 and mounted two 6-inch ex-naval guns, and by November 1943 it was manned by the Home Guard until the guns were reduced to care and maintenance in 1944. It was then manned by the 332 Coast Battery Royal Artillery. The actual layout of the site itself had, as well as the two 6-inch naval guns, also a partially buried central shelter and two magazines per gun, which, as you will see, has been heavily flooded. And on each side of the guns were two coastal artillery searchlights in concrete emplacements with an effective range of 3,200 metres, now unfortunately lost to the ravages of the sea. And as was common with the battery, it would have also contained Nissan huts for accommodation. But the most striking of all is the remains of the square battery observation post, which consists of a partially underground defensible basement and a ground floor with two further floors above. The pillboxes that would have surrounded the area were built before the battery, but like the searchlights, most of them had disappeared to the sea. It was noted that in its fully operational state, the battery would have been manned by approximately 80 men. And now what is left is a powerful reminder of how quickly, when left abandoned, these places slowly become left to ruin, and with that, so does the history and the importance of the sites like these and many, many others. My God, it's freezing cold. And it's windy, but we are by the coast, so it's sort of to be expected. And it's a bit overcast as well. It was really disappointing because I was sort of driving and I was thinking, oh, the weather's going to be right, and the sun is desperately trying to break through the clouds. But wow, what an experience this place is. It's very, very interesting. The whole area is surrounded with history. However, for today's video, we're concentrating on this sort of emergency coastal battery, I suppose you could call it. The first thing I wanted to point out was in the descriptions, the two searchlights that would have been adjacent to this have obviously eroded into the shore somewhere along here. I think actually there's a bit of rubble and masonry in that lot to signify there's one there, and I think there was another one across the opposite side here. But we're surrounded by Martello Tower. That Martello Tower down there, I think, is you can't see that little pinprick, believe me. That Martello Tower over there is a hotel. So if you want to book a hotel, come down here and you can get a Martello Tower. Pretty cool. But I want to have a look now in the actual coastal battery. And there's our fire watch or observation post at the back as well. So we'll take a look at that as well. And it's marshy, it's boggy, it's everything you'd expect. But we're going to take a look inside, so let's go and do it. Right, let's have a look. Oh wow. So all of this was designed so that in theory you can walk right across. We'll head down to those steps, which is so freaking cool. But all of these are obviously slits for defence, really. It's such a interesting place. The actual fortification of it really itself. And to think that these guns would have been here in conjunction with the searchlights and everything else. I mean, it's a fantastic piece of World War II history, really, which I absolutely love. I'm kind of glad I came down here actually in this time of year, because if it was summertime, I I can imagine this whole area being really, well, I can just imagine it being very busy, really. There's a few people about anyway, but yeah, very cool nonetheless. Oh wow. Very impressive. There's a lot of graffiti as you'd expect. Oh, it's a shame that is a bit flooded. Walk down these extremely narrow steps. Ooh, that wind. That cold wind. Bugger. I was hoping there was a chance we could explore this properly, but I don't think we can. And I didn't bring any Wellingtons, which is a total mismanage on my part, really. Wonder if we can shine any light on this. Yeah, but you can see it's quite. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. It's sand, and it's just you lose your foot straight away. You can see that. Yeah, straight in there. No way I'm going across that. It's a shame I should have bought some Wellingtons, but you can see it clear enough. These are the interlinking corridor between the two guns. I'm sure, I don't know, but maybe in the summertime it might be a little bit less wet. But as it stands, it's extremely muddy. Oh, let's come out of here for a second and get blasted with the... What shall we call bloody hell? Really wasn't expecting it to be this bad. So, we follow it round. Yeah, there's a Martello Tower there. I don't know if there was another one around there and there's one behind, but one of them is a hotel. Oh, I tell you what, this wind and this coldness soon wakes you up. To be fair, I'm not that disappointed we can't go and explore it inside, because there's not really much to say. It is a corridor, you're walking along it, there's nothing else that really needs to be said onto it. We can have a look from in here. Oh, so yeah, you've got obviously some stores there, but yeah, it's very flooded and I'm a bit gutted by that. A bit gutted that I can't go in and explore that just because of Wellingtons. I'll make a note next time. Oh, yeah. However, I won't be the first and I won't be the last person to explore this place, really, so in my mind I'm just glad I got to document it. Nice little underground passage this though. Let's have a look inside. Oh, cool, bloody hell. Getting too old for this. There you go. So you see where that rubble is right at the end? You sort of go round, it curves round. And then if we try to get in a little bit further, we'll have a look from the other side. But actually, that's kind of giving me a bit of reassurance, because that is waders deep now. So even if I wore Wellingtons, I think there'd be a chance that I could probably get through this corridor. But there's certain sections of this that are way too flooded. I can't even imagine in the summertime that they'd be any different, actually. So I'm kind of grateful for that. And as you can see, loads and loads of litter. So yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of okay that I didn't explore it properly, because there is a load of litter in there, which is annoying, but Even if I had Wellingtons, it's way too deep in there anyway, even for Wellingtons. We're talking like Sean Mead Fault kind of waders territory. That's well deep, my God. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Well, I am being blasted by the cold. It's really wasn't prepared for this. But here we are, we've made it back on top. And you can see really, when you're on here, the layout of the interconnecting corridors really, the fortified area in a strange way, is a very unusual sort of setup that I've seen before. And the thing is, you can just walk across this. So I guess, you know, are you missing out on much by going underneath? Probably not, because in those interconnecting sections you can see what lies within them. So if you were waders, yeah, you'll have a whale of a time. However, there is a lot of rubbish in there, and there's a lot of sharpness, and from experience, it's very easy to rip your waders when there's like metallic sharp objects down there and everything else. So you know this, some of you who explore, so you know, like I think to myself, am I disappointed by it not being access? No, but the main focal point is obviously to document it as an coastal artillery battery. But we will have a look from the intersection just here, so let's go and do that. Let's jump down. Oh. Oh yeah. So I'm going to go into the second gun battery, and we'll just have a look here. Get a little torch. There we go. So we've got like a horseshoe shape for people who want to know the layout really. So it comes out this way, goes round, goes in a little bit, goes down, and then it follows the same structural pattern. So you're not going to be tripped up on any other extra entrances, but it's very difficult to tell. But I promise you, it's extremely deep here. Just on this side, actually, it's even more. Well, it's very deep. Wow, I'm looking at that section down there. I mean, waders, yes, but I mean that's potentially. We're talking above waist height, I reckon, easily for most people. Yeah. Whew. But it's amazing, really. It's such a beautiful structure in its own right, and one that I've never really sort of encountered before. I'm trying to think. The other two emergency coastal barriers I've been to is Pett Level and New Haven. And New Haven was just totally different anyway in its layout. I think there was 4 guns there. Pett Level was different as well. So I mean, the construction of all of these is totally different, really. Except obviously for the uses, it's exactly the same. But yeah, how amazing! I still think this is worth it. But yeah, this was where the gun would have been, pointing out towards the sea. Wow. I've seen all types of rubbish here. All good, all bad, all good. No such thing as nice rubbish. Almost touched a tampon. There you go, everybody. Why you'd put that as rubbish here, who knows? I'm not a woman, obviously. Although you could debate that as much as you want. Yeah, I looked down and I almost touched it, and it was like, God. Yeah. But then to say that I've seen worse in places, yeah, you know, it's just you don't want to touch it, do you? I recorded it, and it took me a couple of minutes. I was like, oh no, not good. But yeah, anyway, here we are on top. Whew. It's fresh. Beautiful though. Yeah, so there are 2 Martello Towers. I think the nearest one, you can't see it, is the hotel, I want to say. And there's another one there which is on somebody's land. Lucky if you have a Martello Tower to yourself, isn't it? Pretty nice feeling. But yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, this stretch of coast is gorgeous. Really is spectacular. It's just its own little thing. And obviously we're coming when the tide's coming, and it's very, it's got this very impactful sort of vibe about it. And you can imagine the people who were working here when they were stationed here, the same elements that we would experience, and the coldness, the bleakness of it potentially. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of actual World War II stuff around here, and I will do that for another video at some point. But for today, I mean, it's I wouldn't want to be stationed here. Very cold, very bleak. You know, great for walking nowadays, but back then, totally different vibe. Yeah, very different. Right, since we've explored the battery, the last thing we need to do now is go to the observation post. So let's go and do it. Right, okay, so we've now made it at the observation post. This is going to be interesting because I saw some photos and I don't know how easy stuff is going to be to access, so I think we better take a look. So we'll do it in real time. But it's totally seen better days. I wouldn't be surprised if we can't. There was meant to be some ladders, but I doubt that very much. Oh, okay. Yeah, just as I suspected. So there's ladders, the original ones. However, this one comes away, and it was meant to, I'm assuming, be connected to the next level. Oh yeah. And then they've taken away the other ladder, which is there as well. I wonder, I mean, for me, on my own, there's no way I can, I mean, I'll just put that in context. I'm sure people have done it, but my God, there ain't no way I'm doing that on my own. Annoying. But there is, however, the downstairs one, and that looks like it's flooded. Well, what a shame. There's only 2 cars here. There's a pillbox, if you can see that there, and this, the below section is also meant to be a pillbox of sorts. I'm a bit gutted by that, but on the same token, I kind of expected it to be like this, so I'm not surprised. They've clearly smashed through his door. So what I was going to say was, there was a couple of, this is part of an art exhibition type of thing, or was, and I really didn't know the condition of this. And it's a shame because from the looks of it, a lot of people have just smashed it to pieces, which is kind of upsetting because I always moan about, I'd rather stuff gets repurposed than not. Yeah, annoying really, but such is the way of the world, isn't it? Oh my God. I'd moan if you gave me enough time, I'd moan, but I'm not going to. Because the way I see it is, if it's going to be used in like insulation, yeah, I'd rather it do that than let people just blatantly vandalise, really. I mean, it's, yeah, you know. And like I said, there was an image of these ladders. I'm assuming health and safety, but the thing was, I don't think you could even get in anyway. So the people who've come in and managed to do this, well, you know. That's where the ladder came down. That's it, just a square box. is a pillbox, everybody. But that's it. Whew. Cool, what a day. I'll show you this other pillbox that's here. So as you can see where we are in relation to it. Obviously that's on someone's land, that pillbox, but again, not fussed. Really not fussed. So yeah, let's look at this excursion. So we did record everything. We recorded the 2 guns. We pointed out roughly where the searchlights would have been. We had a look at the observation post / fire post. We recorded the bottom section, even though we didn't go down via ladder. As you can see, what's the point, really? You know. And we saw that most of the section was flooded. Again, waders probably would have been the best bet. But that's pretty much it. We got to see the sea. So yeah, am I disappointed? A little bit. I think this sort of proves the point of sometimes I'm a bit gutted. If I was with someone else, I'd be down there like a rat in a drain pipe. As most of you probably watching will testify, but in my old age, I don't like doing stuff on my own where it involves climbing ladders and everything else, for the fact of, well, it's just me on my own, isn't it? If I fall, no one else to sort of really, you know, save me. Sensible I think is the approach. But here we are. We started where we finished where we started. I keep saying that. I mean, it's impressive. It is impressive, and it's well worth the trip should you be in the area. So hopefully I've done a good enough job for all of you out there. And in what words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day, no matter what you're doing, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care for now. Ready? Come on, kapow.